All right, well, if you're watching this, I'm not here with you. First of all, thank you for being a member of the Chamber. I'm Michael Meek, the president of the Greater New Braunfels Chamber of Commerce. This particular orientation caught me on my once-a-year vacation, and so I bid you hello from the Danube, hopefully. I'm there right now with my wife and enjoying that. But hey, what's important is that you guys have joined the Chamber, and I want to tell you about one of our major purposes here, and that is economic development. It has been the case for over 60 years, and a major reason why we exist and a major reason why the community is growing and gives you so many business opportunities. The slide here on the screen shows our organization structure when it comes to economic development. As you can see, there's not just one logo there, there's several. And that's because New Braunfels believes in partnerships. We've got the city of New Braunfels there on the left. Our chamber logo is next, followed by a private sector economic development foundation that was formed about 15 years ago. The county and NBU, all partners in our economic development program. And so again, you can see that what the chamber does is very similar to what we do in tourism here, and that is that we handle the recruiting and marketing side of the coin when it comes to economic development, something that the Walmart folks in Bentonville, Arkansas educated us on in the mid-1980s, and we carry out that one-stop shop still today. The city administers contracts. They do the governmental and accounting and legal side of the coin. The chamber does the recruiting and marketing, the relationship side of the coin. And of course, the 4B board, as it's known in town now, the NBEDC, they changed their name recently. They review, vote, and recommend projects to the city council. So, what are these industries that we go after? You can see a long list here of what we call primary employers. Those are the employers that bring new money into the community from the outside, and then of course it's spread amongst all of our citizens and members. One of the more interesting ones I think on this list is not many communities will say that the music industry is a target industry, and it's because of our prolific venues that we have in town here, like Green Hall, downtown New Braunfels, River Road, and on and on. And a lot of these artists that live here, also that means they have their supplier and vendors live near him here as well. So they're bringing in new money into the community. It's kind of a cool primary employment sector that we have. Now, this 4B board that I mentioned earlier, now known as the NBEDC, not IEDC, you can see this little pie chart on the monies that they've spent since 2010, and you'll notice up in the upper right-hand corner where it says incentives 21%. That means about 2 cents on every dollar went to incentives. Now, if you read the paper and other media sources, you'd think that all of the 4B funds go to incentives, but clearly you can see that the majority goes to public infrastructure and quality of life projects, which is great for our community. Here's another way to look at it: approved expenditures since 1996. There is some monies in there for business incentives, about 2 cents on the dollar, but then again, infrastructure, professional services, and quality of life. Here's another infographic on all those expenditures and what it's done for us. 17 different projects since 2007. It's generated many millions of dollars in new money, which again, that's the definition of economic development, bringing in new money into the community where there once was zero. We do this with tourism, with companies like this, and transfer payments, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Here's another way to look at that incentive of $5.8 million for the 4B board during that period of time. It's grown to $58.5 million. That's the kind of return on money that we all wish we got in the stock market. It's also created 3,600 jobs over the last 10 years. Where are those jobs from? Where those people live? Well, about 70% of our employees don't live here at night, sleep here, but they drive in here to work. So we're importing a lot of labor. But as you can see by this chart from the incentives that the 4B board gives, a lot of those employed people are actually residents of our trade area. Here's some of the new developments that have happened, CGT being one of the more recent ones. Haven't even updated this slide, but Nexus has moved in to Loop 337 in the business center there on the second floor. Got a new rec center underway. The 4B board contributed to that, Vera Mindy and so forth. Here's some logos of those very familiar companies that you've seen around town. None of these would have been here without the efforts of your Chamber of Commerce. So that's my quick 5-minute spiel. And again, thank you for your membership in the Chamber. We're glad you're here, and we're here to serve you.